Have you ever wondered about the stakes of international politics and how it affects nations across the globe, specifically the Philippines? Welcome to a journey where we delve into the intriguing world of global politics, where the decisions made by one nation can have ripple effects on others, even those thousands of miles away. Today, we're taking a closer look at the Philippines, a nation that finds itself at the heart of a geopolitical tug-of-war. The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, has long been in a contentious territorial dispute with China, a global superpower. The South China Sea, rich in resources and a crucial global shipping route, is the bone of contention here. As the tensions continue to simmer, the role of the United States, another global superpower, becomes increasingly significant. Now let's introduce an intriguing factor into this geopolitical equation: Donald Trump. A businessman turned politician, Trump has always been known for his unorthodox approach to politics. Having already served as the President of the United States from 2017 to 2021, he's no stranger to the complexities of international relations. Under his administration, U.S. foreign policy saw significant changes, some of which directly impacted the situation in the South China Sea. As Trump contemplates another run for the presidency, the question that arises is, how might his potential administration influence the ongoing dispute between the Philippines and China? Would his return to the Oval Office fortify the Philippines' stance, or would it further complicate matters? The stakes are high, the scenarios diverse, and the implications far-reaching. As we navigate this complex web of geopolitical relations, we're going to explore these questions and more. The question we pose today is, will Donald Trump help the Philippines against China if he wins the U.S. presidential elections? We invite you to join us as we unravel the intricacies of this global conundrum. Stay tuned as we probe deeper into the potential implications of a Trump presidency on the Philippines-China dispute. To answer this question, we first need to understand Trump's previous stance towards China. Now, let's rewind a bit, back to the time when Donald Trump was the 45th President of the United States. Trump's relationship with China was, well, turbulent at best. It was marked by a series of confrontations and negotiations that painted a vivid picture of his approach towards this Asian superpower. Perhaps one of the most notable aspects of this relationship was the infamous trade war. Trump administration's aggressive tariffs were a clear sign of the president's confrontational approach. He believed that China had been taking advantage of the United States for years when it came to trade, and he was determined to level the playing field. But it wasn't all about economics. Trump's stance on China also extended to issues of global politics and security. He was openly critical of China's actions in the South China Sea and its handling of human rights issues. In fact, he often used these points to rally his base and assert America's role as a global leader. And then there were his personal statements. Trump, with his flair for dramatic rhetoric, often took to social media to express his views on China. He was unflinching in his criticism and rarely mincing his words. His tweets, as controversial as they often were, offered a window into his mindset and his stance on China. Yet it's important to remember that Trump's approach was not purely antagonistic. There were moments of diplomacy and negotiation, attempts to reach agreements on trade and other issues. These moments, while overshadowed by the conflicts, were a crucial part of the bigger picture. All these elements combined to create a complex and multifaceted relationship between Trump and China. His approach was characterized by a mix of confrontation and negotiation, economic pressure, and political rhetoric. This history provides a context for our question but doesn't necessarily predict future actions. It's a reminder that the past can inform us, but it doesn't always provide a clear roadmap for the future. It's a complicated puzzle, but every piece, every past action helps us understand the bigger picture. Before we delve deeper, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and keep up with our thought-provoking content. It's just a click away, and it helps us bring you more intriguing political analyses. Now, back to our topic. Now, let's examine Trump's relationship with the Philippines. During his first term as president, Donald Trump maintained a relatively cordial relationship with the Philippines. Under his administration, the two nations shared a mutual interest in maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. This was exhibited through various policies and initiatives, such as the Indo-Pacific Transparency Initiative, which aimed to strengthen democratic governance and combat corruption. One of the defining moments in the Trump-Philippines relationship was his interaction with the controversial Filipino president, Rodrigo Duterte. Duterte, known for his strongman leadership and unconventional methods, found a partner in Trump, who openly admired Duterte's hardline approach towards crime and drugs. This rapport between the two leaders led to a renewed commitment to their country's long-standing alliance. However, Trump's relationship with the Philippines was not without its challenges. His withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement, for example, was met with disappointment by the Philippines, a country that is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Despite this, the two nations managed to maintain their alliance, focusing on areas where their interests aligned. It's also worth noting that Trump's economic policies had a significant effect on the Philippines. His America First approach led to a reshuffling of global trade dynamics, which saw the Philippines lose out on some opportunities but gain in others. For instance, the trade war between the US and China opened up new markets for Filipino goods, boosting the country's export sector. Additionally, Trump's immigration policies had a direct impact on the Filipino community living in the United States. His administration's crackdown on illegal immigration led to increased deportations, affecting thousands of Filipinos who were living in the US without proper documentation. With this information in mind, we can begin to speculate on potential future interactions. As we delve deeper into the possible scenarios should Trump win the upcoming US presidential elections, remember that history often serves as a guide to understanding the future. So stay tuned as we continue to explore this fascinating topic. With these factors considered, we can speculate on potential future actions. Let's dive into the realm of what-ifs. What if Donald Trump were to reclaim the presidency? How might this affect the delicate balance within the Philippines-China-US triangle? These are not just idle musings, but crucial considerations that could shape the geopolitical landscape in the coming years. One potential scenario revolves around Trump's well-documented competitive stance against China. Should he return to the Oval Office, it's plausible that we may see a resurgence of this competitive spirit. In this case, Trump might seek to strengthen ties with the Philippines, viewing it as a strategic ally in this ongoing rivalry. This could result in increased military support, economic aid, or even a bolstering of diplomatic relations. On the other hand, we have the scenario where Trump's past, somewhat tumultuous relationship with the Philippines comes into play. His previous interactions with the nation have been a mixed bag, to say the least. If these past experiences were to influence his policies, we could see a more cautious approach, perhaps even a distancing from the Philippines. Expert opinions, of course, vary. Some believe that Trump's competitive nature would drive him to strengthen alliances against China, while others argue that his unpredictable nature makes it hard to pin down a definitive path. Potential policy directions are equally diverse. Trump's administration could lean towards a more aggressive stance, pushing for a stronger military presence in the South China Sea. Alternatively, they could adopt a more diplomatic route, using economic and political means to secure the United States' interests. These scenarios are, of course, conjectures. They are educated guesses based on past behavior and expert opinion, but they are not crystal ball predictions. As with any speculation, they should be taken with a grain of skepticism. While we can't predict the future with certainty, these speculations give us a glimpse into potential outcomes. In conclusion, the world of international politics is complex and ever-changing. Today, we've navigated the labyrinth of potential scenarios that could unfold if Donald Trump were to win a future US presidential election. We've unraveled his past stance towards China, taking into consideration the ebbs and flows of this vast and profound relationship. In this intricate dance of diplomacy, one can never be too certain of what the next move might be. We've also delved into Trump's relationship with the Philippines, a bond that is as multifaceted as it is crucial to the geopolitical chessboard. We've weighed the possibilities of how this connection might influence the dynamics between the US, China, and the Philippines in a hypothetical Trump-led administration. Yet we must remember the realm of politics is a theater of speculation. We can only make educated guesses based on past actions and statements. The future remains a foggy landscape, shaped by countless variables and unforeseen events. Our discussion today is but a springboard for further reflection and discourse. In the grand scheme of things, whether Trump would help the Philippines against China is a question that transcends the individuals involved. It touches upon the core principles of international relations, the balance of power, and the pursuit of national interests. It's in these complex questions that we find the essence of political science, a relentless quest to understand the world around us. So let's continue this journey of exploration and curiosity. Dive deeper into the mysteries of international politics. Engage in the discourse, challenge the norm, and most importantly, keep asking questions. Because it's in the pursuit of answers that we grow, learn, and evolve. Subscribe for more amazing contents. Keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.